Camptown races sing this song.
Doo-wah, doo-wah.
It's doo-dah, doo-dah.
Oh, trust the Duchess. Ugh.
Baby, are you ready for some Shequels? This week on All Stars, the queens are pairing up and showing us their acting chops.
Plus, it's 2-in-1 reveals on the runway.
After a contentious elimination, things get gaggy in the workroom with one of the wildest twists in the Drag Race franchise history.
Are you ready for some Race Chaser Classic All Stars coverage, Blanche?
You know I am.
Let's go. You haven't touched your din-din. We got rats in the cellar.
Oh.
Mom!
Race Chaser. Woo-hoo. Race Chaser. Yeehaw. Race Chaser. Woo-hoo. Race Chaser. Yeehaw.
Hello. Hello, and welcome back to Race Chaser Classic, a podcast dedicated to the discussion, dissection,
And dissemination
of every single episode of RuPaul's Drag Race, starting from the very beginning.
This is the beginning.
My name is Jane, Baby Jane Hudson. What's yours?
My name is Willam Barry. Act.
William Barry Act.
Yes. Welcome back.
Willam Berries.
Wendy Willems. Welcome back to our coverage of All Star Season 2 here on our beautiful new set. And remember, full episodes of this show are only available on Mon Plus Gold.
That's right. So let's dive right in, shall we?
Yeah.
Right into the trauma.
Last week
Let's go.
on the RuPaul Pits Friends Against Each Other show, the queens paid homage.
Oh, they're paid homage
They
again over
paid
there.
homage to
Wonder.
Homostory's baddest in the main stage lip sync extravaganza featuring costumes, choreo, Ash and Ant, and Ginger. The runway category was the future of drag, aka Judy Just looks. Detox and Alyssa were the top two queens, landing Katya and Ginger in the bottom. And even though Ginger had a show worthy of Broadway, she was sent home because Alyssa won the lip sync and chose to do so. And this lipstick selection began the erosion of the group agreement to follow the judges' critiques for the information and the eliminations, which continue with this episode. Da da da!
Drag movie Shequels.
Yes. And this starts with a lipstick message that says, if men can look this good, there's no excuse for ugly women.
Oh, I didn't throw my card.
Love the minge.
The Minge.
The
Gone
Minge.
but not forgotten. With a memorable quote. That's from something, isn't it?
If men can look this good, there's no excuse for ugly women.
What is that from?
I don't know.
The quote from
Did
something.
Ginger write a book? She probably put it in there.
She did write a book. Good old Minge Dinge. That's what Alyssa says.
Mm-hmm. Roxy thinks that Katya should have gone home. Alyssa explains that her vote was more cumulative and she voted with her heart because when she talked to her face to face, she saw the passion.
She did. Yes.
Or do you think she was just smart enough to realize if she sent home Katya, the world would end for her?
Well, the fans wouldn't be happy. The fans would be bad. I mean, and it's also, I mean, I guess there's like, maybe it's like, it's just an impossible situation.
I
It's
agree.
really hard decisions.
Yeah. Detox also reveals that she chose Katya's lipstick, so that was based off the critiques, and she makes sure to say that because that's how she was doing it,
Ooh.
which Katya understands. And Fifi also thinks Katya should have gone home. She's unhappy that Alyssa switched it up.
Oh, baby, I didn't switch it up. Baby, I didn't switch nothing up.
And then Fifi's like, well, no, let me finish. And then she says the exact same thing, and the period comes in the same spot. So she was finished, but she just adds a little more. It's all. Alyssa says, we can all agree to disagree.
Apparently. That should be the name of this whole season.
Katya knows that a lot of the girls in the room think that she should have gone home. And
Sorry.
I can share that sentiment because when Jiggly and I had lip synced, a lot of girls, led by Fifi, thought that I should have gone home, and they made it clear to me to tell me that the next day.
Go home.
Yeah.
No, Fifi, I mean, this is a case of like where it's like if I had watched shows like this, like Survivor or whatever, this is a case where like Fifi probably didn't need to offer up the information that she would have sent Katya home. Sometimes it's better to say less
Yeah.
and not.
Keep your cards close to your chest.
Well, it's also like, what good is it going to do now?
Yeah.
It's done and there's no one doing it. So.
And
yeah.
plus, you didn't win, so you don't get to make that choice.
Oh,
Coming out all teal goblin.
Oh, we can agree to disagree, Deepa. Sandra is broken but beautiful. Look at her go. Her
Aw,
stuffing's falling out even back then.
look at her.
My God.
Can't get her guts right.
She can't hold her mud.
Ginger Minge has left a letter for the other girls, and she says, "Play a fair game and be proud of your choices."
Thank
Is
you.
that a read?
Is that a read?
I think it is, yes.
That's fine.
Because Ginger seems to think that RuPaul's Drag Race is someplace that fairness has an equitable foothold.
Sometimes. I don't know. I mean,
No.
she voted with her heart, which, I mean, if you say you vote with your heart, then it basically just means like, I just did whatever I want.
I vote with my whole.
So you vote very loosely.
Well,
Shade.
whole is where the heart is,
It is.
beauty queen.
So the girls walk into the workroom and Detox says, "New week, new me." Do you know that fun fact, during this time in our hotel rooms, we were all watching I Am Kate because it had just aired. They were running marathons of it on like
Uh-huh.
E channel or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we were all watching it and we were all like doing the Caitlyn Jenner voice. So very that. And so that's what that is.
New week, new me.
New week, new me. I'm also spelling out something on my jacket. Today is an L.
L
So
for ladies.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know what it means.
Is this the first thing you're spelling?
No, there was another one.
What was the first one? For those listening at home.
I don't know. You'll have to run back the tapes and look.
Why didn't you say it before?
Because I didn't see it before.
Oh, very clever. RuPaul comes in the room and says that there will be a maxi challenge. Oh, wait. First, we get Alyssa Edwards is saying, "If you send me home, it was rigged. Rigor Morris."
And D-Dugs is like, who's Morris?
Alyssa don't know.
No, she doesn't. I mean, it's rigor mortis is the
Latin.
yes. L-
Mortis means something to die. I bet.
rigor means like hard.
Mm.
Hardness caused by death.
Duro.
Rigor Morris.
Rigor mortis.
Another meme. We got a meme count going. We are
Rigor
very
mortis.
high on the meme count from this season already.
Very, very high. RuPaul comes into the workroom, talk about the Maxi Challenge. She says the queens will star in drag Shequels, parodies inspired by some of RuPaul's favorite films. Hashtag drag Shequels. And I'm just thankful that there isn't a Star Booty Part 2.
Oi.
Star Bootress.
No, they either showed us these whole movies on one of our day offs
Mm-hmm.
as like a movie day, as like research, or they showed us parts of it. But I think they showed us the whole movies. But like, when? How?
We had that too. We had Star Booty, Tu Wong Fu, and Paris is Burning.
And Chad Michaels walked out of Star Booty and said,
Yes,
"I can't see my mother like
Yes,
this."
she did. She didn't respect that work.
Oh my god.
Well, I understand.
Now-
A lot of people walked out of that movie.
I have a question. That did not get a theatrical release, so I don't know where they were walking, but they didn't walk there or leave from it.
Release me.
In limited DVD. I have a question. When you went over to listen to RuPaul for the Maxi Challenge announcement, did they tell you where to stand, or did you stand there? Or did you stand there on your own free will and accord?
I don't remember.
Okay,
I
well,
don't
you
know.
have a partner for this challenge, and you were standing next to her, and she says, "I want to work with you."
Well, Katya in the confessional. Hold on, go back to the lineup. Katya in the confessional is like, so I see Fifi and I see Roxy, and I say, "Where's Detox?" You're standing next to Detox. Ho. That's where Detox is.
Yeah.
So she grabs Ms. Detox.
I'm shocked that Roxy didn't grab Detox and not let go.
I'm shocked too. Maybe she assumed that they were going to be together and then like
Oh. Oh.
I've written a letter to Daddy. Oh God.
So the chemo's going
This
well.
wig is molting.
If you pick that out, though, that could be sickening. What's in your
I
titties?
think it is sickening. You hear my garbage tits?
Not garbage tits.
She has hefty bosoms, and I don't have any hefty bosoms in my house because Alaska has like a petite, like, bosom.
She's got a mouthful.
Sure.
Yeah, enough for a champagne glass.
Sure. Champagne glass size orbs of dancing loveliness.
The queens working together in pairs is one of those things where it could be a hindrance or a help. And Fifi and Roxy just kind of end up with each other. Fifi points at her and Roxy's like, those are her hands.
I can't
And then she does the
wait.
half side hug.
Now, where it really gets shady, who decided whose scripts got whose?
I think
Because they were given to us, they were assigned to us, but we
think-
didn't know ahead of time.
they probably had a moment in the earwig to decide who gets what based on the pairs.
They don't leave anything up to chance on this All Stars. They
Mm-mm.
are like, we're just gonna assign you.
They want it to look like it's very like, oh, the queens decided everything based on your rigged bracket. Yeah. So
Rubric?
rig brick.
Rig brick?
All
Rig-
right.
Rig brick.
Rigor Morris.
Alyssa and you have What Happened to Baby JJ.
Mm-hmm.
Katya has Velma and Wheezy.
Mm-hmm.
And Fifi and Roxy get together for Show Squirrels.
And the wigs are provided by Weave and Steven. This is the actual screen used unit from Baby JJ. I'm proud to
I
say.
can't believe the
What
Smithsonian let
privilege.
it out of their
They
sight.
did. We rented it from them.
That's crazy. Was it in acid-free tissue paper?
Acid free. The acid I'm gonna throw on Vivi O'Hara if she comes to
Oh
WeHo. I'm just kidding. I didn't make that threat.
I'm pretty sure Weave and Steven also had a prize pack this season of some sort.
That came awfully close to this face.
Yeah, I was hoping to wipe it off. These rehearsals are...
Oh no.
Wow.
Oh no, I didn't mean
I
to
feel
hit
very
you.
attacked. By a card. Roxy and Fifi are prepping their scene as it's written. And then Fifi announces, let's switch roles. So Fifi wants to switch it up, just like she accused Alyssa of switching it up. I can villainize her for anything without even trying.
You can.
Because Fifi is feeling the pressure.
Sometimes on this show, you just have to do the obvious thing. I mean, but Fifi ended up doing really well in this role, so maybe she was right.
Yeah.
Because could you imagine it switched if Fifi was the young pageant girl and Roxy was the mother?
Yeah.
Roxy has Nomi Malone? Do you see that?
I didn't see Fifi as Nomi Malone.
I mean, she looked like her. She embodied it.
No, ma'am Malone. I did not see that. That does not mean others did not. Fifi's the only girl without a win. And she wants to stay in the competition long enough for the world to fall in love with Fifi. I guess she does not know that this isn't a a 5-year show.
Go
I don't
ahead.
know how the world could
ahead.
fall in love with Fifi
Go
when she's
ahead.
literally the first thing she says is, "I'm Fifi O'Hare and I'm playing a villain." She says that. People don't normally fall in love with villains. I'm just saying.
They fell in love with you, dear.
I wasn't a villain. I was very
Plucked.
helpful. I was an anti-hero. I was there to cause a ruckus.
An unsympathetic protagonist?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that what that
Plucked.
means?
That's what Carrie Bradshaw is in Sex and the City.
Oh, I would say
Unsympathetic
I'm an
protagonist.
unsympathetic antagonist.
So, an antagonist is a villain.
No, not necessarily an antagonist.
House of Antagonists.
An
Should we do a show called Antagonist Mansion?
Yes. Antagony Hills. Wait.
Antigone.
Ant-
We'll just do Antigone as a production.
antagonize. Antagonizer Scrooge.
Why don't we take a break?
No!
And we'll get our Antigone.
No, you can't! Get in that chair!
You can't have. We ain't got nothing for ya.
On set with Michelle and Todrick.
Why am I wearing that outfit and I'm wearing a different outfit? What else?
Editing?
Was this the outfit that I wore? I think maybe I was wearing that for a rehearsal, but then I realized it wouldn't stretch to put bazooms in, and Baby Jane has fucking bazooms.
Mm-hmm. Got a rack.
But she's kind of, yeah, she has like this physicality. That's
Blousy.
part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Detox and Katya are having trouble with their lines. The only time Detox has ever had trouble with a line.
What about these nice big sets? No green screen.
Yeah, where'd you shoot this?
There are like tons of like practical sets, aren't there?
Do you remember what city you shot in?
I don't. Oh, we were in Hollywood.
Oh, at the one off Las Palmas, huh?
Yep, right over there.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Alyssa and Alaska. That's you.
Aliska.
Alyssa is whispering lines, and I don't know if this is a choice or if it's because if she gets them wrong, she doesn't want anyone to know except you.
She's film acting. I stand by her choice to whisper act because that's film
Is
acting.
that Courtney's daughter?
You do not film act. You don't have to scream everything when you're on film. You just go,
Am I losing my mind?
I'm going crazy. Please don't.
That's how you do it.
That's film acting, which Alyssa was doing. But this is not film. This is a cheap skit on a drag TV show.
Cheap. Look at these sets.
Rich. And Big Frida is there, out of context, a couple of times. We live.
We love a wild celebrity. Now this Duda, was she having trouble before not knowing the song? Because I'm not sure if this is on her thumb drive to lip sync to.
Alyssa was having trouble with everything. She couldn't get lines. She couldn't say the right thing. Every time that she was meant to speak, it was a screeching halt.
Yeah, from what I can tell, it was a punch in. Every shot of her in a close up is a punch in with like a separate cut. Boom, say this line. It feels like
it was no bueno. It was a wreck. You already know.
But were Todrick and Michelle laughing, or were they PO'd that they weren't getting the shots that they needed?
I was annoyed because there's a time limit.
I didn't ask about you.
There's a time limit. And we almost didn't get the whole thing done. Because it was kikaraka, not knowing words, doing the wrong lines.
It is hard to memorize stuff like in a couple hours before you go do something. Not impossible, but
it is challenging.
Some people have a block for that kind of stuff, and some people can't focus on anything except themselves in a mirror. So I get it.
Yeah.
When I'm in front of a mirror, I'm the same way.
She did her best, but her best was not good. in acting at this time.
Now, Fifi and Roxy's having trouble with her lines. Todrick doesn't see any characterization. He says it's just Roxy.
We take the sash, or we wear the crown, we take the shawl.
Did she think sash was pronounced Shaw? Was that it?
I think it's a portrait in dyslexia
Okay.
because she's like, how's it spelled? Wait a second. She's like, no, wait a second. How's it spelled?
So SAHS is Shaw's? Shaw?
And
I
maybe
think
she's like confusing it with shawl and sash, and like the spelling is hard too.
Yeah, but in a pageant, what do you win? A sash, not a shaw.
Wanna hear it?
But in the middle of all this, she stops and she's like, is this another sequence moment? Like so serious. Like, oh no. I'm gonna be hearing this for the rest of my life now.
Yeah, literally
knowing
8
it in
years
real
later.
time. Yeah.
Two in the valley talking about it.
Two dressed like
This isn't
Be
another
afraid.
sequence moment, is it?
just like
I'm afraid so.
fucking, I don't know, Shirley Temple.
Temple, I'd say it looks like a hostel. Fifi looks like she's going through it as Nomi Malone.
Why does she look like she's going through it?
I don't know.
She's just painted that way.
Yeah, that's not really good light.
It's because Roxy's having trouble and Fifi's like, oh no, shucks, oh darn.
Roxandra Andrews is not necessarily an actress necessarily,
No,
but
she's not.
RuPaul on the main stage is in a black and white gown with a fin pattern mixed with a zebra.
Zebra-esque kind of Mandarin collar, kind of an uproll,
Mhm.
victory roll.
I feel
kind
like
of.
this hair is her season. Remember, like the pink hair that she did with the victory roll? You did it for
No.
something.
Oh yeah,
Like it's like that hair, but smaller.
yeah.
And I don't know why you would make this hair smaller.
Well, because she's going for a whole moment.
I don't like her cuff.
Oh,
Not a fan.
Nicole Scherzinger calls her a tiger fish.
I'm not
Are you
sure.
getting tiger up top?
That's not a tiger. That's zebra. Nicole Scherzinger is misinformed. And also, I don't love this dress. The way the bodice is cut out with that round part, and then the shoulders don't match them hips, and then that cuff, and the hair could be bigger and should be bigger.
That hair was very small.
sideways at mother.
I know. Now I'll never get on All Stars.
Never will.
I was already on it.
This is the moment where
Michelle's hair is bigger than Rue's.
oh yeah, Michelle looks great. Carson's in a sparkly blouse.
Carson looks like the newest star of the L Word.
Todrick is in a fierce jacket. Are those like pop cans?
Yeah, it's Moschino.
Nice. And Nicole Scherzinger is there. I mean, what an icon to have on the judging panel.
I mean, yeah. Didn't she replace you in Sunset Boulevard?
Yeah. Did.
The runway category is 2 looks in 1. And we're going to tell you about that. soon as-
Here we go. Let's take a break. We're back.
Fifi-
Oh, 2 in 1 looks. Hmm.
What was the prompt they gave you? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Was it a reveal? Was it 2 in 1?
It was like 2 in 1, like Violet Chachki. It was like that.
Got it.
So it starts as one thing and goes into another one. That's what I thought it meant.
Mm-hmm. Fifi comes out as a little prince, and then she has a princessy gown on. It's not a little prince. It's a dress. Princes wear.
Maybe it's a non-binary prince.
Well, wouldn't it just be a royaltor then?
A royaltor is a person who sells castles.
I thought it looked princely.
You're so funny. It is. You're right. You're correct.
She is a monarch.
Mo-
She's a member of the royal court who exists outside of the gender binary.
She cleared up those warrants. You don't need to talk about the court.
Okay.
I don't understand how we're supposed to know that her second look is a princess if she doesn't have a tiara that she puts on.
Unhand him by order of the princess.
This just gives me like ballroom dancer girl.
I don't know
She loves the
what
short hair
you're
too.
talking about because this is great. This is the best out of this whole runway category. It doesn't get better. It goes from completely one thing to a completely other thing. Top marks for Fi O'Hara. I love this.
It does go from one thing to another.
Yeah.
But one of the things was not something I would ever want to wear. And the other thing was not that great. It was a nice yellow dress. But I was confused. Is she a princess? Is she a pauper?
To me, she's giving princess
Hmm.
and Prince X.
Okay. The next girl on the runway is Roxy Andrews
Yes.
in a little tiny hat, which would be big enough for maybe a child toy hamburglar in a Happy Meal. The hat is too small. Too small.
What a hamburger Happy Meal. Okay, so the hat's too small. Well, she throws it off right away.
Thankfully.
And then ka-ka-cha-ka.
Yes. And then this is the money shot.
I love how they punched in the audio of inspired by Violet Chachki when they're talking about the runway theme. But this is inspired by Violet Chachki because of the way it folds
Yeah.
up and then out. It's very Violet Chachkiana.
This is my favorite reveal, I think, because it just is two totally different things. It's like a dress into a pantsuit, and it just changes silhouettes entirely. And then, of course, we have to get, I think Carson says it. Oh, yeah, Selena, because she's a Latin person. And Selena never wore anything like this.
Selena is known for wearing the pants with the flare at the bottom.
It's purple, and it's nothing like this.
Okay.
It's got a totally different halter neck that crisscrosses. It's not backless. The boobs are different. It's totally different.
Okay.
But I get it, Carson. You love J-Lo. Katya.
If you know, you know. Orange drink
Uh-huh.
at the bodega. If you know, you know.
I have not watched that, and I will not.
You're not going to watch it?
No.
Okay.
Katya is in a little tiny shifty 60s mod dress.
It folds down into a full-length dress, and then she does a bang reveal, and reveals blacked out teeth, and she's a Satan girl.
She goes from basic like go-go girl to Manson girl.
Yeah.
This gives me like late 60s. It belongs to a time.
Yeah.
It's perfectly executed. Good job.
Yeah, it's like all those Satanism movies that were in like the 60s.
Yeah.
She's that perfect
Inferno a
Satan
go-go,
girl.
very that.
Yeah. I love this.
Detox comes out in a crushed velvet hood and cape, which turns into a dress, and then into a leotard with her out.
Did I read that right?
I don't understand how this is a 2-in-1. She's just taking off a...
I feel like she got there and she was like, did this wrong. Because it is. It's one thing to the other. But it's like the same thing, kind of.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look at this. I pinned it up, and now it's down.
Right.
And look,
it's
this
more like a
comes off.
modular outfit, which is fierce. This is like Tyra Sanchez taking the skirt and putting it over the shoulder.
I don't know if this is 2-in-1. It's more like 1.5.
It's
in
like
one.
in the old movies where they'd have the fashion show and you could sit and watch and they would show you like the spring line or whatever. This would be like, and look, you can take it
Uh-huh.
from the skirt and make it into a shawl.
Yeah. If the category was like Jennifer convertibles, she would win, but this is not the category.
Yeah.
She looks lovely.
Into a shaw?
Yeah.
Wait, how do you spell that?
Shaw.
Alyssa has a dress,
Oh, this.
which is a garbage bag on legs, Mr. Peanut gumdrop shaped, into a dress with cameras that go clickety clickety flash 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 because of editing.
She's so impressed. She's like,
She is
yeah,
so
that's
impressed with
right.
She's like, the people at Kodak have been in touch. Wearing that same old wig.
Uh-huh.
I is this 2-in-1? Does it count as 2-in-1 if one of them is something you would never wear and it looks like a giant obvious reveal?
Listen, I'm not allowed to judge this category. Because mine looks coming up next.
Well,
so
I think you can judge it.
everybody likes to read my look. Everybody likes to say that this doesn't count as a first look.
It counts. You're like a messy garbage person.
It's fashion.
Yeah, it's very Garrett Pooh,
Thank you.
Rick Owens.
Thank you. Thank
Comme
you.
des
Thank
Garçons.
you.
I see it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now this is an
And that front, I had. Oh, look, the hair is coming out.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's falling out. Oh God, I'm so scared.
The craft.
That front part had mesh here, so I could still see.
Oh, it was a mesh.
So I didn't just cover myself in a couple of garbage bags. Also, the hat had a lot of coverage. But then when that stuff here folds down, it's all attached underneath the pink dress.
Oh.
So
very Alexis Michelle reveal.
very Alexis Michelle.
Yes. Everybody looks so happy to see Pound Cake except Pound Cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice girl though. Yeah, this is a 2-in-1.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Who cares?
Our fans, the people listening, the people on Mom Plus
cares?
Gold.
It neither intrigues or interests me whether this is
All right.
2-in-1 or a reveal or whatever. I went from one thing to another thing, and the element of surprise is what I was going for.
You got that thing part right.
I
um,
wanted to, as I was putting my package together,
Uh-huh.
I wanted to do something that referenced my original season. And I thought Pound Cake was one of the most sort of memorable things from that season, so I wanted to do her.
I thought she should have won her season, honestly.
I do too.
Yeah, she should have. She was my favorite. You're all assembled on stage and looking like a rogue gallery of fiends. And we get to watch these drag Shequels. Now, Show Squirrels comes up first.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. And it's all the tropes of showgirls. We got Jason Carter in there acting. Big
You
Frida.
don't know me.
Yeah. It's if you're looking for nuance, not here.
This felt like it was being done by a couple of girls who maybe hadn't seen Showgirls that much or didn't know it super well.
I felt the same. I also felt like if I had to watch this live and not edited, I would have been I would have wanted probably earplugs or a gun, maybe both.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't think it was good. Some drag queens aren't actresses. Some drag queens aren't lip syncers.
No, let's give credit where credit is due. I thought Fifi.
I thought the credits were lovely.
I
Love the opening, love the end. Sure will give credit where it's due.
The thing that said MTV. I love that part.
Love
that
that
was
kind
my
of
favorite
stuff.
part of the episode.
Love that kind of stuff.
Fifi did some great acting here. She was committed to this character. She sort of tapped into this kind of unhinged quality and it translated really well. I thought Phoebe did a good job in this role. Roxy was a little shaky. It was sort of that default
Roxy was an alcoholic first thing in the morning.
what? Shaky.
Period.
Shaky.
The acting was,
shaky.
yeah.
It was. You know what it was?
Do you know they tore down Shakey's Pizza?
You know, that is such a crime.
It's a Tesla charging station with a drive-in movie theater on top, so you can charge your car and get fries.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Where the are we supposed to hook? One of my first paint me was out there on that boulevard.
Hooker Makeover starring Morgan McMichaels.
Ugh.
Living for the Lip Sync starring Morgan McMichaels. Rooftop Lip Sync starring Morgan McMichaels.
Catacomb lip sync starring Morgan
Girl,
McMichael.
why not? Absolutely. Roxy did that voice. It's the default voice
Acting
in
voice.
an acting drag race challenge.
Yeah.
And there wasn't really nuance or like there wasn't anything beyond like, I'm this character that talks like this.
Oh,
You
like
know.
her courtroom. That one. It was up
Well,
there.
Tasha Salad?
Mhm.
Well, Tasha Salad was the great character.
It had elements of Tasha.
But Tasha had a lisp.
I said elements.
Oh, okay. So you thought this was Tasha Salad-esque?
I'm clearly saying it was elemental.
I like that dress. Maybe I'll borrow that from her later.
Don't send her home.
Anyway.
Velma and Wheezy is next, and this is Detox and Katya yelling in southern accents.
Yes, which give a couple of drag queens a southern accent, and honey, it will just always work.
Yeah, and it does. Now, they play Trombies.
Detox comes from Florida. That's where she started drag, so she worked with girls who talk like this all the time.
Yeah, because Florida is Dixie with palm trees.
I mean,
And
we're
Detox is giving Danielle Hunter.
Sure.
And if you don't know who Danielle Hunter is, look her up, please. She is great. Katya's giving Katya. It's not a bad skit. They make it funny.
They do a good job.
Do you know what the leper said to
What?
keep the tip? And these zombies are losing body parts and chewing on things.
They rip each other's arms off at the end, which is kind of fun. I like the writing. The writing of this
Writing. Where?
The writing of
When
this,
you think about the writing, you touch yourself?
the writing of this was a little like
Okey pokey.
it was like they just start beating each other up because they're like, well, we have to,
It can either end with a fight or making out. One
Yeah.
of the two.
But then when it ended with their limbs ripping off and then that was funny. So there was a payoff to it. I was just like, oh, where is this
Wait,
going?
you think Katya paid off World of Wonder?
My
Is
name
that how
was
they
on the
rigged it?
check. My name was on the check.
Now, what happened to Baby JJ?
Yes.
This is a cinema classic.
Yeah.
There is a cameo from Pork Chop. Big Frida is in it also. I thought this had the best performances in it, partly because
Thank you.
the scenery has
Thank
teeth
you.
marks all over it, which is exactly what should happen on a Drag Race acting challenge.
That scooter had a little horn on it. That was a beep. So when I backed it up, I pressed it. Beep, beep.
You're so
beep.
smart. See, that's
Dustin Hoffman of drag. Nicole Scherzinger said it.
Oh, it's Dusty. This was wonderful. I'm
I
glad.
actually liked Alyssa in this.
I thought she was great too. She doesn't usually go
if
for
anyone
small.
sent her home for this, I think they would be a dumb asshole. Because I thought I liked Alyssa in the final product.
Mhm.
Getting her there was quite difficult. pork chop on the dinner table.
Getting pork chop there was quite difficult too because she had fallen into a hole.
She wasn't actually there.
She wasn't?
No, they filmed this at another time.
They filmed it when she was out here for Miley during your All Stars.
Whose
season.
hand is that? Then?
They may not have filmed it during your filming,
I don't know.
but they filmed it during this production window.
I don't know whose delicate, delightful hand that is.
Yeah, this was her consolation for not being on the season.
Whose hand is that? Looks.
Got a nail on.
It looks good.
I don't know. Theron.
Theron for sure.
Blake, they made him shave one of his arms.
Dragging Alyssa around, beating the shit out of her. That was fun. I enjoyed this scene actually.
Yeah, it was a
good
pretty
time.
funny show. Just shot in black and white, very classic.
Yeah.
Do you think did you get to watch the other girls' scenes?
I think they showed us the final product on stage or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Did all the judges watch in front of you? Did you watch on the stage or?
Yeah, we watched it on the stage.
Okay. And when
Yeah.
you were filming, were you backstage or did you get to watch them film too?
No, we didn't watch them during their process.
The judges have some things to say, and Fifi's told her reveal was impressive, but each outfit on their own is just fine. And they loved her performance in the skit.
Yeah.
That Prince outfit, if that came out on the runway as a solo look, that would not have been getting top marks at all.
What's wrong with this Prince outfit?
It's just kind of plain and basic, and like it doesn't fit well. It's clear that there's something else going on for it. I'm just I don't see it.
Roxy Andrews.
Yes. She calls Roxy's look Gorgina.
Sure. Gorgina Andrews.
And the judges thought Fifi outshined Roxy in the scene.
Okay, I can see that.
Yes.
Katya, they told her that she had trouble in the scene.
On the floor?
Trouble!
In the scene!
She had trouble in the scene, but the end product turned out okay.
And her reveal was widely lauded also.
Oh yeah. But they said it was kind of simple, but she created a character and it was funny and it was smart, and that's I think better than just like here's the thing and now here's another thing.
Yeah, I thought it was clean and well executed and what's the word? It's like seamless.
Yeah.
Like boom, boom, done.
Yeah.
Detox is told she was great in her scene and she looks great on the runway, but Carson was looking for two wildly different looks. He said, I wanted to go from toaster to something.
Nissan Sentra.
Yes, that was it.
Which is totally true.
Yeah, but
I
I
get
think
that.
he's thinking of Transformers, not transvestites. And I get how you can get confused. You could spend the same amount on both.
Totally. Yeah.
And both run on substances that you could smoke sometimes that are flammable.
I don't know what that means. Gasoline?
Gotta keep
Silicone?
guessing. Both.
Oh, okay. Alyssa, they said, Michelle said you needed a lot of work in the scene, and we need to stop giving you passes because it's called goddess. It's not called passes.
Alyssa always gets a pass, and Michelle wants the judges to stop giving her these passes. But Carson says Alyssa is funny no matter what.
He's like, who cares?
cares?
Who
I don't need
cares that your
parts."
camera dress was crazy and you were horrible in the scene? You're funny and we like you.